Hey CEO, you have brought somebody amazing into your business. You've hired someone to work in your business because they're an expert in their field, or you're going to be upskilling them to be that go-to person for the role. You've onboarded them and now it's time to delegate. But you're really struggling with being able to free up your time to focus on the stuff that you need to do to grow your business. And you feel like you've hired this person to free up your time, but you're spending more time hand-holding and guiding this team member, and it's costing you in terms of time, energy, money, and your sanity. But when you delegate right and effectively, the stats show that those who delegate effectively are actually generating 33% more revenue. That's a phenomenal statistic, but it's not so much also about the revenue, but it's looking at your time. When you can actually delegate effectively, you are no longer the person giving all constant input to that task. You can confidently hand something to somebody and they handle it to a consistent level without you having to be involved in every step of the way with that task. And that's when you're delegating effectively to free up your time to focus on more of the stuff you love to do. Because if you're delegating right, you can take 2 weeks out of your business without it falling apart and still make money. That your team are still onboarding clients, they're delivering, they are doing all the back end operations without you being involved in it all constantly. You only have to focus on the high value stuff that makes you money, whether that's networking, joint partnerships, sales, new opportunities, speaking to your clients, going out and seeing people, stuff that's going to move the needle forward in your business. 80% of the time should be spent there. You have a clear workflow that runs like clockwork. So you have those systems and automations in place, those SOPs. You've activated your team's full potential. So that's an often part where it falls wrong, is that the team's not being maximized their full potential. They have it, but they're not being fully utilized. And that's quite key to make sure that all the wheels are continuing to turn in your business. You fully trust your team and can let go of projects. So there's no more micromanaging. You can trust them. They've got the accountability and the responsibility to do things as it should be within the business. And you can take a step back, knowing that things are being executed without your involvement. So that's when you're delegating right. You're delegating wrong if you're constantly exhausted and stressed. You're the bottleneck and still control everything. You feel like you can't let go of the reins. You're doing way too much yourself and still picking up the pieces. So you're essentially the COE, the chief of everything. You're doing everything in your business. So you're the chef, the cook, the bartender, the cleaner, the waitress. You're doing everything in your business. And when you're jumping from different roles and responsibilities, you can't think clearly. You can't think logically. You do not have a clear head. And you then find out that your business is not actually moving at the pace you need it to. And it's almost like you're moving backwards instead of forwards. You're not spending enough time on those revenue generating tasks. You're struggling to scale as you need to delegate effectively to drive results. You've acknowledged you can't do all on your own where you are right now in your business, and you need that team to uphold to where you need to get it to. You know that there are more things your team can help with, but you don't trust them. There are missed opportunities in your business which your team are not covering. And it's not because your team don't want to cover it. It's just because the roles and responsibilities maybe have not been outlined. There's no clarity of who's doing what. The day-to-day operations is kind of like scattered, and there's no systems and procedures in place to ensure that everything is in place. Everybody knows what they should be doing. And there's just opportunities being left at the table, essentially. So where do you sit right now? Are you in the green? Are you in the red? And if you're in the green, great, amazing. Keep doing that. Keep leading and managing on your team, holding them accountable. But if you're in the red, what steps do we need to take and address today to stop you from being the bottleneck in your business so that you are free to focus on the stuff that only you can do as you drive your business forwards? What is it that we can do to remove you from the business, to elevate you so that you have clear focus to work on only the stuff you love to do? Wouldn't it be amazing to be in your zone of genius and just have that gratefulness that everything else is being handled by your team. So if you're in that state right now where you feel like you are in the red, you have a team, whether it's one team member or multiple, and you're really struggling to take your business to the next level, you've tried reading books, you've read podcasts, and you just can't see a way that's you've tried things and it's like quick fixes, band-aid solutions. You're looking for long-term sustainability. Then let's book a call with me and let's talk about how we can get you from red to green so that you are in your zone of genius in more of a calm and logical manner every day of the week. You're not waking out of bed thinking, okay, what have I got on my plate to do today? What have I got? What fires have I got to fight today? You have a clear level head and you can work on just up leveling your skills within the team and focus on growing the business without everything falling apart. Book a call with me, selinajohnson.com/call, and I can't wait to help you take your business and your team to the next level.